Hi, Shubham and Pooja. Can you
Hey,
hear
hi.
me?
Yeah, hi. We can hear you.
Hi. Yeah, so sorry for the delay. My maid came in a little late today.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay, all right. So how are you guys?
We're good.
Cool. All right. So today we are going to catch up on two classes, the first two
Mhm.
classes. I hope you guys have been sent the curriculum.
Not yet. We haven't been.
Okay, cool. I'll ask Nandita to share it with you right after today's class. So we'll be
All right.
covering two of the classes. The first two classes of the module we'll be covering.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just share my screen. Just let me know if you can see it.
Yep. Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, great. So this would be your first starting point. Go to ableton.com.
Ableton.com. Wait, hang on. Just let me fetch my other laptop. This is my work laptop.
Yeah, sure, sure. I can also paste the link in the chat, so it'll just be there for you guys to open it up. Yeah, there you go. Are you going to join from another laptop, Shubham?
No, I can use both the laptops. I'll just use this laptop for installing softwares and everything.
Okay, okay, sure. So you can do this after the class. You can just
Sure.
save the link for now, which I've shared in the chat room.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so do you both have any prior experience at all, or have you heard of Ableton? Or
No, this is the first time. What about you,
okay,
Pooja?
No, no, first time.
okay, all right, all right. So how did you both get interested in music production, if I may?
Actually, I am into events from very long time right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I am into music. I love music. So I wanted to create my own music.
Okay, okay, all right, all right. Yeah, everybody starts with that same passion. So yeah,
Same
great.
for me. I love electronic music in general, and I wanted to create my own music. I'm particularly a big fan of hardstyle and
Hard
uh,
techno,
hard
hard
techno.
techno and hardstyle. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
So I think the world can use a little more of it, so that's why I'm here.
Sure, sure. Excellent. So you both have great reasons why you're doing this. And I mean, even I started off with the exact same reason that I want to express some form of creativity. And even when I started, I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. But yeah, 12 years later, here I am. Now I'm able to teach the software and teach how to make music.
Uh,
So yeah, it's going to be a journey for all of us basically. Even I'm at a stage where even I'm learning every single day something or the other new, uh, and that's constantly going to be the case with music.
yeah.
So cool. Without further delay, let me just show you what you need to do on Ableton.com. You see this link here? Try Live 12 for free. Just click on that. Okay, once you click on it, you'll be able to download the Ableton Live software for 30 days. It'll work for 30 days as a trial.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is the full version of Ableton Live, which will just work for 30 days, post which you can purchase the software from us as well
Hmm.
for a 50% discount because we are Ableton India education partners.
All right. Yeah, that was my next question. Like, do I have to pay full for this?
No, on the shop over here, it's quite expensive. I'll show you. It's about 600 or 700 USD,
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
which
That's why I was asking.
yeah. So it won't show me the price because I already have a license.
Hmm.
But anyway, you can check the price on the website. So here there's actually a lot of useful links as well. If you just go back to the home page and on top you can see there's live, push, move, note. These are some products that Ableton manufactures.
Okay.
Okay, live is the software. So it's called Ableton Live. You can call it Ableton because a lot of people just call it Ableton, but the software is actually called Live. Okay. Then push is their hardware unit, which looks like this, which you can play, which you can make music with without the need of a computer, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This looks very similar to the one we saw in the studio. There's kind
Yeah.
of a mixture in
Yes.
between, right? Like, yeah.
Yes. So this has a bunch of pads, which, if you notice, this person is pressing, and that
Yeah.
basically creates a musical note of some
Mm-hmm.
sort. Then they just recently released this thing called the Move, which is also a small little box with which you can make music. Again, it's standalone and portable. You can take it anywhere you go. But what we'll be learning is mainly live. Okay. And if you just go to the link over here that says live, you can see a few things over here. You can just check out these things in your own time. What is live and all of that. You'll get a basic understanding, which I'm going to be explaining as well during the class.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so next thing what we're going to do is click on this more button over here,
Okay.
and you're going to find some resources that are very, very useful. So this one in particular, learning music. This is what we're going to explore now. So this is basically a tool that Ableton has created. It's actually a website which helps even non-musicians or anybody like who's interested in music to learn what exactly music is.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go there. I've already got that open in another tab here. So it's basically learningmusic.ableton.com. This is also there in the chat, so you can check it out there. So you can see there's something over here that looks like a grid, which has
Yeah.
4 sounds. So there's drums, bass, chords, melodies.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys come across any of these terms before?
Yes,
Yes.
drums, bass.
Chords and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, great, great. Yeah. So these are the building blocks of music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these are all, what do you think these are all? Why are they triangular, these buttons?
I think they're play buttons.
Yes, exactly. So let's hit play on one of them and see what happens. So drums start playing there. Now let's hit play on the bass, any one of them. Okay, I can click on any one of them. I click on the first one. It's already sounding like a track, right? Like a full track. Let's play another one. And I also want you to notice something here. When I start or stop something, it's not exactly happening as soon as I press it. Right? See, if I start this and start the next one, it waits for some time. Now, in the further lessons of this website, we will understand why it's waiting for that moment and why is it not starting as soon as I click on it. Any play button that you would have found maybe on a website like SoundCloud or Spotify or Apple Music, you click on it, it instantly plays, right?
That's correct.
But here it's very different. It doesn't start exactly when you press play. So you can see what's going on. Just to show you again. Okay. Cool. So let's move on from here. And on the left-hand side, you will find this index of all the different chapters that are there in this website. Let's go to the next one called beats. So over here in the beats chapter, we're going to open up the first lesson, make beats. Let's see what this allows us to. So you can see there's something that looks like a fun interface with 4 different sounds over here: kick, clap, and 2 different types of hats. Have you guys heard of any of these terms as well?
Only click and clap.
Kick and clap. Okay, cool. So you haven't heard of a closed hat or an open hat, basically, right? Okay, all right. So we will understand exactly what these sounds are eventually, because you can see the next chapter is what are these sounds. So this website is thought, there's a lot of thought that's gone into making this website, and it's made in such a way that you will have questions when you first see these things, and then the questions get answered as you go through the website. So there's another play button over here. Let's see what this does now. Now the interesting part is here, I can interact with this. This is not just something that's just static. So you'll see what I can do here. I can press any of these and I can remove sounds or I can add sounds. So let's do something random. It might sound quite odd right now, but let's see what it sounds like. See, I've changed the pattern that was previously there, right? The pattern that was there was this. So if you make any changes over here, a reset button will come up over here. If you click on that, it'll go back to its default state.
Okay.
Okay, back to how it was when you first clicked on play. So now you also have a slider over here, which says tempo. Have you come across this term before?
Yeah, that's the beats per minute, right?
Yes, exactly. Since you guys are doing the DJ course, I'm sure you understand what BPM means, right? So the tempo over here is a slider. So I can move it to the left to make it slow things down, or move it to the right to make things super fast. Now the great thing over here is that I can fully clear this also if I want to and start from scratch. So there's a clear button over here. If I click that, it'll just remove everything. Okay, and I also want you to notice here on the bottom, there's some numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 16, right? So now each of these numbers, it tells you something. Okay, 1, 5, 9, and 13. I want you to see that they're highlighted compared to the other ones. See, 2, 3, 4 not highlighted, 6, 7, 8 not highlighted, but 1, 5, 9, and 13 are highlighted. If I put the kicks on those steps and play, you will get something called a 4 to the floor rhythm, which is what you find in most of the hard techno tracks
Yeah.
and generally techno tracks.
4 bars, right?
Yes, this is four beats. We have 4 beats over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we play this, we can count along with this as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll start going like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can put the claps on the second and the fourth. The second kick and the fourth kick. I mean. Now I've managed to put some hi-hats as well. So you can have some fun over here just to, get into the idea of what it sounds like to make beats. Okay, try this out on your own and let me know what you think of this. And by the end of the class, we'll be doing this on Ableton. So this is just a concept that it's helping you understand over here. Now, yes, you did have questions about what these sounds were. So you guys already knew what a kick and clap were, but didn't know what hats are, right? Now, I have a simple exercise over here for you both. So I want you to listen to both of these. I'll play them one after another, and I'll play them a couple of times so that you get a good listen to both of them. And I want you to tell me the differences between them. One. Now, let's stop that and play this. I'll switch back to the first one now. Yes, go ahead. Tell me.
There's a faded extra sound that is coming in. How do I put it? Like,
Okay. Okay, that's that. Okay, cool. That's one difference. What else can you notice? I'll play them again. Should you want to hear them again? Okay, tell me what else do you feel the differences are?
Clap missing.
Okay, cool. Clap is missing. Great.
Yeah.
Then what else? Anything else?
in here, one of those instrument that has like how do I put it? It's kind of circular with rings of it on it, and you just shake it around. There's like a shrill sound of it.
In
I don't
this
know.
one, in the second one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Does
know
it
what it
remind
is.
you of something like this? Yeah, does it remind you of something like this?
Bo.
Do you know what this is?
Yeah, that's a drum set, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly. So the second one over here is actually sounds from a real drum set. Okay, listen to it. Now that I've told you, you'll probably be able to relate. Okay, now listen to this. This doesn't sound like it's something that you will find in the real world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first one is basically all electronic sounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is all sounds from a drum kit or a drum set.
Mm.
Now, the first one is from this device called the Roland 909. You guys know this company, Roland?
No,
No.
I don't know this
Okay.
company.
Okay. All right. All right. So they used to make synthesizers back in the 80s. They started making synthesizers, in fact, in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Synthesizers are these machines with which you make sounds. And this is one of their, they made this as an experiment to replace a real drum set that never worked out. And this was actually a failed device when it first launched. But now you have to pay at least $5,000 for to get one of these.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, exactly. So this is called the TR-909, made by Roland. Roland is a Japanese company that makes electronic music instruments. Okay, even now, even today, they make instruments, but they make very different types of instruments. They make something
Yeah,
like
this looks
this.
very cool though.
Mm.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah. So this drum kit, this is from the Roland 909, and this is from a real drum kit. Now, still that question of what are hats hasn't been answered, and here there's a new sound that's been introduced called a snare. So let's go down further, and we will now compare an electronic kick and an acoustic kick, and here are the differences between them. So we established that the first one was electronic, second one was acoustic. Okay.
Okay.
Now here, let's play both of these. So these are pads that you can actually play. So if you just click on them, it'll play the sound for you. And there's also, if you notice, a keyboard button over here. If I click on that, it turns the keyboard on. So now I can use 1 and 2 on my keyboard to play the sounds.
Mhm.
See, I'm pressing 1 on my keyboard and it's constantly just playing the sound. Now, if I press 2 on the keyboard, it'll play the acoustic kick. Okay, cool. Now moving on from there, I want you guys to explore this after today's class. Just go through it and see what all you can find over here, because I'm not really reading everything that's mentioned here. I want you to go through that as well.
Sure.
So let's see what these two sounds are now. Electronic clap and acoustic snare. You guys said that you already knew what a clap was, right? So this is a clap just as a single clap. This is a snare. So this is the snare in the real world. This is what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Now comes the closed and open hat. Now that, even though the name is a little complicated, just see it as a hat. Okay, that's all you see this as right now. So this is what a real hat looks like. It's not something you wear on your head. It's something drummers play. So now I've enabled the keyboard over here, and let's play all of these hats and see what they sound like.
Oh, I've heard this.
Sorry, you've heard this?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
We know this
Okay.
sound.
Okay,
Heard.
awesome. Awesome. Super.
We didn't know the name, but we of course we have
Yeah.
heard this sound.
Yes, these sounds are there in countless tracks. Every track will have this sound. Right. So now the main difference between a closed and an open hat, why they call it a closed hat and an open hat, is generally open hats are longer. See, if I play just the open hat, see it's longer, right? Now if I play closed hat, notice how short it is compared to that.
Yeah.
Same goes for the acoustic open and closed hat. Long, short, long, short. Okay, that's about it. So great that you guys have heard these sounds before. Now you know what to call them also.
Mm.
Cool. So let's go to the next chapter, beat and tempo. This is something we can skip actually, because you guys already know what tempo is.
Mhm.
Now let's go to the next chapter where we will see tempo and genre, and different styles of music have different tempo ranges, which are sort of given as an overview over here for you. So you can see hip hop is probably something you guys are familiar with, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you've heard some hip hop tracks, and house tracks also you would have heard probably. And of course, there's techno and trance, and there's a few new styles of music that are not mentioned over here, like hard style and hard techno and all of that. This is just an overview of some of the most popular styles in the umbrella of electronic music.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see the tempo ranges differ quite a bit between these different
Yeah.
styles. Hip hop is usually much slower, like it's between 60 to 100 BPM. Now, if I slow this down to around, say, 80 BPM and let's play this, we will get a hip hop sort of a feel,
Yeah, that's correct.
right? Now, if we speed this up to about 120 BPM, we will get a house feel. In fact, if we put the kicks like this, it's a proper house feel now. Now, if we speed this up to say 160, we will get a hard techno sort of a feeling
Mm-hmm.
or a hard style sort of feeling, right? Now, if we speed this up even more to around say 180 BPM and I just slightly change the pattern, you will get a dubstep feeling like Skrillex and that kind of stuff. Have you guys heard any Skrillex or any of
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
there's EDC Thailand. He
Okay.
was.
Okay. Great. Great. So now listen to this. It'll sound like dubstep,
Thanks.
right? And now let's hear another change. We'll hear something called drum and bass now.
Yeah,
Again, very popular style of music.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's drum and bass. So it's how we perceive genre is actually not to do with the sounds, is to do
Mhm.
with the tempo,
Yeah,
right? So
okay.
cool. Let's move on from this chapter for now, and let's go straight to the notes and scales. But I do want you guys to explore the other chapters,
Sure.
especially this one. I'm sure you guys would have heard this track, right? We
Yeah,
will we will rock you.
Queens.
So yes, exactly. So you will actually understand what makes this sound, what makes this track so iconic, if you
Mm-hmm.
just go through this chapter.
Sure.
And cool, let's go to now notes and scales. Now this is another aspect of making music. Now we learned all about beats.
Mm-hmm.
Now notes and scales, they give emotion to music and the feel of say a track is sad, or a track makes you feel happy,
Mm-hmm.
or a track makes you feel like you're in a horror movie, right? Or in a sci-fi sort of setting. These are
Mm-hmm.
all dictated by notes and scales.
Okay.
Okay, so let's understand what is the meaning of this term pitch. What does pitch mean to you guys? You tell me that for.
So high pitch is mostly basically the sounds which are very shrill, and
Hmm.
low pitch is like kind of a heavy sound. Like if I
Yeah,
have to differentiate, like low pitches of coming from a man versus high pitch could be of a woman.
absolutely great analogy, and that's exactly what pitch is actually, right? So similarly, in music, some instruments will have a lower pitch, like your bass sounds and those kind of things will have lower pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Your melody and vocals and those kind of things might have a higher pitch.
Yeah.
So this is actually a slider over here which says low pitch and high pitch. And if I just click over here anywhere, click and hold, it'll play a sound.
Yeah.
And I can click and drag it also. If I drag it to the left, we will get a lower, we will hear the pitch going lower. But kind of sounds funny, right? Because there's no real pitch to it. It
Yeah.
just like sounds like some sort of cartoon. Now,
Yeah.
if I drag and go to the right, it goes to
It
the
goes.
higher pitch.
Yeah.
Now, this over here is just a slider. There's no divisions of any sort. But here we have divisions. You can see there's some letters over here, A, C, D, E, G. We'll
Mm-hmm.
understand why they call them that in a bit. But let's play this and see what happens.
Oh.
Right? So now pitch is actually a melody. But here in this, it's not a melody because it can be anywhere, right? It just sounds random, like some
Okay.
some kid playing the guitar or something
Yeah.
like that. It sounds like, right? But
Yeah.
here it sounds more like a person who's playing an instrument.
Yeah, that's correct.
So yeah, so here we have the pitch divided into certain segments, and the names of those pitches are also mentioned here: A, C, D, E, G. So there are more pitches other than just what you see here, which we'll
Yeah.
understand in the next couple of lessons. So let's
I have a
go.
question. So
Yeah,
the
sure, sure.
do these pitches correspond to like strings on a guitar?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. You're spot on. Do you play the guitar?
I tried.
Okay,
The
all right,
guitar
cool.
gave up on me.
Excuse me. Uh, cool. So it's great that you've tried playing the guitar. Even I tried playing the piano and I gave up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely very helpful.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
now earlier, if you remember, we made patterns using those drum sounds, right? Kick, clap,
mhm. Yeah,
closed
correct.
hat, open hat. Now we're going to be making a pattern using the pitches that we just heard.
Okay.
Now it's completely empty over here, but you can treat this just like how we treated the drums earlier. Just press a note and it'll appear. Press on any cell and a note will appear. Okay, let's play this. Let's see what happens. Does that sound like a melody of a song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you're probably already imagining some beats also with it.
Yeah.
So cool. So you just have fun over here. There's another thing that you can do here, which is not possible in the drums, which is you can click and drag and make something longer.
Mm-hmm.
You see, there's a at the end of the note, there's one little
Yes.
line. So if you click that and drag it, it'll get longer. Let's see what happens now to these notes. Right? They've got longer. So because in an instrument like a guitar also, if you just pluck the string and don't pluck the string again, it'll
Yeah.
just go on, right? The sound will just go on for a bit. Or even
That's
on a keyboard, on a Casio keyboard, if you just play a note and hold it down, the sound will go on for a bit.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's correct.
That's exactly what you're doing here by making this longer. In
All
fact,
right.
let's remove these and we can make this super long also. We can actually go all the way till there. See how it's getting held down till the end now, right?
Yeah.
Now I can even add more notes here on top. So let's hear what this sounds like now. Did that give you some sort of emotion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now tell me if this also gives you an emotion and what is the emotion that you feel? Want to hear it again?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the emotion here? Okay.
Mm, I would say kind of a happy note emotion kind of thing. Something is about to start.
Yes, absolutely right. It does sound happy to me also. Both of you agree?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, cool. So let's hear this again and tell me if you feel something a little different.
Johnny Cash song.
Okay, yeah, cool. So both these things that I played are called chords. Okay,
Yeah.
and oops, yeah. So both of these things were chords, and the first one that you heard, and I told you, and you said that it sounds like the beginning of a happy song. You were
Mm-hmm.
absolutely right. And for this, you said the beginning of a Johnny Cash song, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
Johnny Cash songs are what? Like, are they sad or are they happy?
I hurt myself today.
They're sort of sad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you heard over here was a sad chord, and what you heard over there was a happy chord.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next lesson. Great job so far. You guys are doing great.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we have something called scales. Now, how there's in the language of English we have alphabets, and using those alphabets you can form words, right?
Correct.
Using words, what can you form?
Sentences.
Yes, exactly. So that's exactly how music also works. Music has these letters C, D, E, F, G, A, B. These are the letters of music. And using those letters, you can form words. And using those words, you can form sentences which can tell stories.
Okay.
And even in any language, like since in English we have so many alphabets, but you won't use all of those alphabets to make a word, won't you?
Yeah, that's correct.
Right? So you will only use like a handful of them, like maybe even three of them are enough to make a word. Even two of them are enough to make a word.
Yeah.
Same way, music also works. So if I pick any of these, any two of them or any three of them, I can actually make it sound like it's saying something. So let's
Yeah.
pick maybe 1, 3, 5, and 6. I'll pick those. Okay. That sounds kind of happy again, right? Now, if I play all of them, though, you tell me what you feel if you've heard this before, this sort of a feeling. I'll play all of them one after another.
Keyboard.
That's the Sare Gama Pa, right?
Exactly,
I,
exactly.
I used to
Yes.
play that in keyboard.
Great. Yeah, all of us who've gone for keyboard lessons, this would probably be the first keyboard lesson,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? And even for guitar also, they'll probably make you do exactly this on the strings.
that's correct.
So yeah, so what we just heard right now is called a major scale. It's called the C major scale.
Mm-hmm.
It comprises of only white notes. So you can see here there's a little keyboard representation.
Mm-hmm.
You can see there are black notes also here,
Yeah,
but those are not highlighted. So it's only highlighted the white notes.
correct.
So if you just go back to your first lesson, Pooja, on the keyboard, you will probably remember that you were only playing white notes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So that's exactly what we just did over here. So that forms something called the C major scale, which is mentioned over here, C major scale.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, no need to like remember this at right now. Even if you forget it, no problem at all. We'll come back to revisit this later. So let's play this also and see what's up over here. Same thing, the Saregama or the C major scale in this case. So a lot of the musical notations, not just a lot of them, all of them in electronic music will all be in the Western system.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important to learn that, which for which there's a separate class also, where you will learn a little bit about music theory itself.
Okay.
Any questions so far, or all good?
No.
Okay, awesome. So now we just now heard the C major scale, which sounded very happy to us, right? Let's hear something else now. We'll hear a slightly different scale called the C minor scale. You can see here it says C minor scale. Now, if you notice, if you look at this keyboard, some black notes are also highlighted. There's this one,
Yeah.
this one, and there's this one. And even over here, we can see the differentiation. These two are white notes, then there's a black note, then two white notes, two black notes, and then another white note. So let's see what they sound like. Something a little different,
Yeah.
right? So now the names of the notes also have changed a little bit. It starts off on a C, second is also a D, third is a little different. It says E, some symbol, right?
Yeah.
So that symbol is mentioned over here, what that symbol is. It's read as B flat.
Oh.
D.
Okay, so if you see anything like this with that symbol, what would you call this? E?
E flat.
Yes, exactly. And this?
A flat.
A flat.
Yes, exactly. So these are the notes, the names of those black notes. We'll revisit this during music theory, but I just want you guys to hear this now.
Okay.
It has a dark sound, right? Like a sad sound, sort of.
Kind of an ominous sound that plays in the background or something.
Exactly, exactly. If I slow that down also and play it, you might feel like it's some sort of a cinematic. And again, since this is a pattern maker, and any pattern maker on this website will look like this, which you can clear completely or reset it and clear it again. You can add notes wherever you want here. So let's make a quick pattern over here and see what it could sound like. See, it has a bit of a darker and
Yeah.
ominous feel to it, like you said. earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this should be enough for now over here. Now let's go to the chords chapter and let's quickly understand what chords are. So any time when you say the word chord, it just means one thing simply, that you're playing more than one note at a time.
Ah, okay.
That's all it means. There's nothing too complicated about this term.
Mm-hmm.
So over here, I'm not so sure what we can do here. Let's see what happens if we play. Okay. So it just lets me make the entire, uh, like the note will be held down throughout the entire length. So this we heard earlier, if you remember, that happy sort of a feel, right? Then this is going to be another happy sort of a chord. Then I'll make a slightly dark chord now. Then I'll make another dark chord. So I know exactly what notes to play over here to make a certain chord, which I will teach you as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are two types of chords mainly. You will have major chords, which will give you a happy sort of a feel, and you will have
Mm-hmm.
minor chords, which will give you a
Yeah.
sad or a dark or an ominous sort of a feel.
Yeah.
So this is something I want you guys to go through on your own over here. Okay. See, now this is actually a really cool puzzle over here. It's given you what exactly you need to do, and if you can't do it, uh, I think it'll tell you if you're right. Yeah. See, if you do it right, it'll tell you. If you don't do it right, it won't tell you at all until you do it right.
Oh,
Or
okay.
if you can't figure it out, you can just press this fill in solution button, and it'll show you exactly what is the right answer also. Okay, so basically you'll understand making a major chord over here. And in the next chapter, you will understand what it is to make a minor chord. So with this knowledge in place, let's move on to Ableton. Let me know if you can still see the screen.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, great. So when you first download Ableton and open it up, you will probably have this demo set open up. This is basically a demo project made by this person called Chuck Sutton,
Mm-hmm.
and you can play this, and you can get a feel of what exactly a fully finished track would sound like and what it would look like also on Ableton.
Mm-hmm.
So let's give it a shot. Can you guys hear the music still?
Yep.
Okay, great. Let me just do one quick thing because I'm hearing a double audio.
What I need couldn't get here faster. Chase my dreams just to wake up after. Run it back, time I wasted, time I had it. One after one is a hourglass. All my patience never lasting, no. Memories I'm diving head first. You know I can't breathe through the sound of laughter.
So I want you guys to just check this out. You know, not important to fully play it or like do whatever you can open up the files over here, see what all is done, but all that
Mm-hmm.
will come much later. So for now, what you do is go to File on top and click on New Live Set. That is
Okay.
basically like creating a new file. If you say you open up Microsoft Word or Excel, you will go to File and click on New Word document or New Excel document, right? It's
Yeah.
same, exact same over here, what I just did. I went to File and clicked on New Live Set. So that gives us a fresh start, an empty project, or blank canvas. Now this is where you'll understand the UI of Ableton Live, and I will show you some of the most important features to begin with. And before we do that, I want to explain a couple of concepts also in electronic music in general.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see there's two things over here. One says MIDI and two says audio.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the two types of channels you will find in Ableton. So MIDI channels are where you play your own instruments. I can load a piano in here. I can load a vocal. I can load a bass sound. I can load a synthesizer sound. I can play all of that in a MIDI track, in a MIDI
Okay.
channel. Okay. And in an audio channel, I can drag and drop a pre-recorded sound, such as
Uh,
a vocal. It can be a speech. It can be anything, literally any recorded piece of audio, which you can play back in an audio channel. I'll quickly give you guys a demo of that, and I'll show you how I'm doing everything. I'll explain also briefly. Okay, so for example, I can load a bass sound over here. Let's load a vocal over here. Okay, so I've got a vocal here and I've got a bass sound over here. So let's play the vocal first. And if you remember in the first chapter of learning music, we had those four sounds, right? Four drums, four bass
yeah.
sounds. It's very similar to that, how this works as well. So you see there's a play button over here. If I click that, it'll
Yeah,
start to
man,
play this sound.
rolling up another one. Yeah, man, rolling up another one.
So that's some vocal that I have in my library. Okay, this can be anything. I can even have it as a drum loop. Now let's see what this sounds like.
Yeah, man, rolling up another.
Let's keep the vocal down for now. Let's find something else. Yeah, that's more like a drum loop, right? Okay, I call it a loop because if you notice, when I play this, it doesn't stop until I stop it. It's just going to keep on going on. It won't stop. So you can even download a YouTube video and put it over here. If you have some music files which are MP3 or WAV or AIF, those things can be dropped over here. So now let's again open up a new project. But before that, let me show you this MIDI track, which is the last thing that I wanted to show you right now. So here now we have this MIDI track. Let's see what it does exactly. Yeah, I'm able to play this as an instrument. Right now, I'm just playing whatever, some random stuff, but I just want you to get the idea that this sort of a thing is an instrument. And what we did here was just play back some preset audio files. Now, again, I will go to File and click on New Live Set so that we get a fresh start again. Now, I will explain everything on the interface that is important for you. Okay, so the first and the most important thing is to understand where the browser is. So this button over here on top left, you guys see it? That is the browser button. If I click on that, the browser will open and close. If I click on it again, it'll close. Now the browser is just like your Finder. If I open up, are you guys on Mac OS or Windows?
Mac.
Okay, great. So all of the shortcuts that I'll mention also later on will all be for Mac, so you can remember them as well. But yeah, this is the browser. And let me just clear the search because earlier I'd searched for a drum loop. Now in the browser, it's split into a few different windows. So you have your library over here where you will find all the sounds that are built into Ableton Live. You have a dedicated section for sounds where you will find instruments that you can play, like this bass sound, like this bass sound, like this sound, some other sound over here, some guitar sound. You'll find a whole bunch of different types of sounds, which you can also filter from here. Okay, and the way this browser works is if you choose a folder here, say you choose sounds, in this window you will be able to find all the sounds, and if you click on anything, it will give you a preview of that sound. See, that's a preview of this sound. Let's see what this sounds like. So just click on anyone and it'll give you a preview. And it'll even show you a preview over here of what that sound looks like. Now, this is where things can get a little bit complicated. So at any point, if you have any doubts, just feel free to stop me and ask.
Sure.
So we just went through some sounds over here. And like I mentioned, there are some filters also here. So say you want a piano sound. I can click on the piano and keys filter. Now it'll only show me piano sounds. Everything will mostly sound like a piano. Not necessarily a real piano. It can be some electronic pianos, sometimes a real piano like this. See how many types of pianos are there, right? And now let's move on to the next one, which is drums over here. In this folder, you will find all sorts of drum sounds. So I'll just scroll down a bit. So that's one type of a drum kit. So over here, you will not find a single drum sound. You will not find just a kick or a clap unless you specify that. All of these will be drum kits. Hey, for example, let's hear the 64 pad kit rock. This will be very suitable for any rock sort of a beat. Then there's something called dub techno kit. This will be suitable for that style. Now, some of them will not have a style mentioned on them, but they will still just be something that you can use. See, that's an electronic drum kit. That's also another electronic drum kit. Another electronic drum kit. Then this is very similar to what we heard on learning music, which I mentioned also earlier, the Roland TR-909. So just to give you again an overview, this is how you open the browser. Clicking on this button will open or close the browser. And while you're in the browser, you have many different folders. And once you go into a certain folder, you will have sounds in those folders. Okay. In sounds, you will find instrument sounds. In drums, you will find only drum sounds. And the other ones are not important at this point, so we'll skip those. And also I mentioned that there are filters over here. So that helps you get to a certain type of a sound very quickly. Now, even in learning music, we first understood drums, and that's exactly what we're going to understand right now. So I'm already in the drums folder. In case I wasn't, I will click on the drums folder. Then I will just choose a drum kit over here that I like. So let's go through a few. Okay, let's take this one, okay? Now, for example, if I wanted to load this into my project and start playing with it, the way you're going to do that is just click on it, okay? I've clicked on it and I'm dragging it. I'm dragging it and then I'm going to drop it. Now, these are all instrument sounds, okay? So you can't drop them on an audio track. You can see if I try to drop it on an audio track, it's giving me an error on the bottom and it says that only audio effects can be inserted into an audio track. But if I bring my mouse back onto the MIDI track, it's allowing me to drop it here. So let's drop it there. And just give me a second. Let me just quit that. Yeah. So again, let me just repeat that process quickly. I'll open up a new project and say, let's choose a different drum kit this time. Let's choose that. Let's take that, drag and drop it on this track, on the empty MIDI track, or I can even drop it here. Okay. So you have two options. The thing is, what is confusing initially with Ableton is that there's a lot of things that you can do in many different ways. Okay, that's what can get a little confusing, but with some practice and once I show you how to do certain things, and if you follow that and with some practice, you will be able to do these things back at home as well perfectly. So now I dragged and dropped this over here into the empty MIDI track. Okay, and now if I want to make this into a beat, I have to do another step. The step is if you right click on any of these slots, these are all slots, okay? The ones I'm just going up and down on, these are all different slots. So in each slot, I can create something called a clip. If I right click on this slot, I can see there's this option to insert empty MIDI clip. Let's click on that and let's see what happens. Now let's close the browser so that we get a little more space. Now, does this look a little familiar?
Yes.
Right. So now we have all the drum sounds over here. You have kick, you have snare, you have some kind of a clap, some hi-hats. These are all familiar sounds that we've already just now seen in learning music. Now, even over here, it's the same way that it worked in learning music to actually like put a beat on any place. If you double click anywhere, it'll add a beat to that particular sound. So let's add these kicks like this on 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can add them like this also, but it's just that it's going to be much quicker if I add them very close to each other like this. Let's play this and see what it sounds like. That doesn't really sound like a proper kick,
Exactly.
right? So I'll delete that. I'll show you how to delete stuff and all of that also. But for now, I've just, let's do this again from scratch. So I double clicked on this place, I double clicked here, and here. Let's play that. See, that sounds more like a kick. Now let's go back to the browser because I don't really like this sound. It's too, it doesn't really sound techno to me, right? I want to make techno right now. So if I wanted to make techno, I would use an appropriate sound. So I will use this 909 core kit and I'll just drag and drop it back on the same kit where we loaded this previous kit before. And now if I double click on the clip, that opens up what is inside the clip. Okay, this is something important to understand. If you notice on the bottom, you will see a little preview also. If you click on this, you will see this view, which is called a device view. And if you click over here, you will see something called clip view, which you can switch between by just clicking on these two things. Now let's go back to clip view where we added the kicks and let's play this now. This sounds a lot better to me.
Yeah.
Let's add one more sound. You guys pick the next sound. Which one should I add?
Bass drum.
Bass drum. Okay, cool. See, I'm just going to do it randomly. And let's increase the tempo also a little bit. So that's something you can do from here. From the top of your screen, you can see there's this number that says 120. Right?
Yeah.
I've highlighted it as well. So you can drag that to whatever tempo you want. Say we want to start the track off at 164. Now that's a lot faster, right? So same way, I can slow it down also. If I find that a bit too fast, I can just click on it and drag it down and it'll show you live in real time. It'll show you that the tempo is decreasing. And you can even do that while the track is playing. I'm really slowing it down. And now I'll just speed it back up. Let's stick to 164. Okay, next, what should I add?
How about a crash?
A clap?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's great. It's turned into a beat, right?
Yeah.
Next, let's add some hi-hats. That's the next most ideal thing to do. Now, there are certain places where if you place these sounds, they will sound good. But if you don't place them there, they will not sound good. See, for example, I'll just place these sounds somewhere random. Sounds okay, but it's not so good, right? Same goes for the clap as well. If I just place them randomly, it can sound like there's something off. Like,
Yeah, that's correct.
so let me show you now how that works. I'll clear the entire pattern. And for kicks, it's always good to put them on the beats. So if you remember in learning music, we had those numbers from 1 to 16.
Yeah, correct.
We don't have those numbers here, but we do have some numbers on top. You can see there's 1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. So those are the beat markers, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and 1 itself is also a beat marker. If I put the kicks on those steps, the 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, and 1 itself, I will get a perfect kick drum, which is that 4 to the floor kind of a pattern. Okay. Then the clap usually goes on the second and the fourth kicks. So this is the second kick, right? This is the first kick. This is the second kick. This is the third kick. This is the fourth kick. So claps, you usually put them on top of the second and the fourth kick. So that will give you something like this. Then the hi-hats, you can be experimental with hi-hats, but the best places to put them for a really simple beat is to put them right in between a kick and another kick. See, over here. So experiment with this. You put it over here. If you don't like it there, you can always move things around as well. So if you make a mistake, you don't have to clear it. You can make that mistake, and then correct that mistake by moving things around. Right? So you notice I'm just grabbing it with my mouse and just moving it around. Now I can double click again here and I'll double click here. Let's hear what this sounds like so far. This sounds wrong. I can move that here. That sounds okay, but it could sound better. So I'll just move that here. Does this sound like a perfect electronic beat?
Yep.
Right? This is something you would have heard in hundreds of tracks, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a very basic rhythm that is the backbone of a lot of electronic music.
Mhm.
Whether it's played at 160 BPM or whether it's played at a lower BPM like 120, that will just decide what style this is going to be. If I play it at 120, like we heard in learning music also, this will sound more like house. But if I play it at 160, it's going to sound more like hard style. If I play it at 140, it's going to probably sound more like hypnotic techno. Hypnotic techno may be a little bit different. So for that, claps go on the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure you would have heard a track like this as well.
Yeah.
So here, first understand the rules. These are some of the ground rules. What I've done here with the kick, placing them on the beat patterns. Then the claps on the 2 and 4. That's another rule which will give you a perfect sounding clap. Then the hi-hats in between the kicks. That's another rule. But you can feel free to break those rules at any point. If you want, like the last hi-hat can be a little bit early or a little bit late. That really doesn't matter. That just gives us a little bit of a different groove. Right? So this is groove, like the sense that you're able to like move to it and dance to it. That's a groove. Now this is a more of a stable groove because everything is very equally in terms of distance, right? Even to look at, do you guys feel that it's like very equally spaced out?
It is equally spaced out.
Yes, exactly. So if you just make something a little bit of a change, like where it's not equal, that's going to give you something a bit of a shuffle. If you want, you can even add another sound there. It's not like you have to only move this there. You can even add one more sound there. See, that sounds like something different now. In fact, you now so far I've only shown you how you can move things left and right, but you can actually move them up and down as well.
Ah, okay.
Yes. So I
But
can
in that
change.
case, the sound will change, right?
The sound will change. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't want two sounds too close to each other. Instead, you want a different sound that's sort of telling a story over there.
Mhm.
So, for example, let's do this snare over here. Okay, let's see what that sounds like. Or let's do something called the storm. That sounds cool, right? I can even put maybe one more here just to mirror what's going on in this half. If you treat this as one half and treat this as one half, I'm just mirroring what's going on in both the halves. Now there's no nothing in the rule book that says you can't put another sound on top of another sound because we've already done that with the kick and clap over here. So if we do that with the hat and the tom again over here, that's going to give us something a little different. This beat has just gone one step further, right?
Yeah.
So far, are you guys able to understand everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a few questions.
Sure.
First question is that I see the left hand side number of
Mhm.
sounds. Is it different for every MIDI track that we pick?
The number of sounds over here, what
No,
you see
not the
here,
number, type of sounds. Because
the
in the
type
first,
of sounds. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
they were different for different ones, right?
yes,
Are they
yes.
very specific to these genres or like whatever MIDI sounds we are picking?
Okay, great question. So what sounds you're going to have will be decided by what drum kit you load from here.
Exactly.
Okay, so if I say I load this abuse kit, and I can load this on top of the existing one, by the way. And when I load something, some other kit on top of an existing one, what is there in the MIDI will not change. What we did as a pattern, that will not change at all. But what will change is the type of sounds that are playing. That
Like,
sounds quite hard and like distorted as well. More techno, maybe, right?
yeah, that's it.
Let's check maybe some other one. Yeah, let's try that. That just sounds funny. Like it's just some, right? So some of them will sound funny. Some of them might just work actually. See, this works. This is nice, right? So let's try a few. Let's keep going. Wow, this also works. Great. The best part is I didn't have to do this again from scratch.
Exactly.
So this is something you keep in mind, that if you do something in a MIDI clip and if you replace the drum kit, that doesn't mean you have to do this all over again, because all of the built-in drum kits are all programmed in such a way that this first sound will always be a kick. This will always, most likely always be a clap or a snare. This will always be a hi-hat. This will be some other percussion. And like I showed you, you can even move things around, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't like this sound, you can always put some other sound over there. That sounds pretty good to me. So far, we've only done drums, right?
Yeah.
So, any other questions you guys have?
Yeah. The second question that I had is that if you can go back to that view again.
Yeah.
So in this one, you were mentioning how the kicks are supposed to be placed on 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. Is
Yes.
it like like do we have to remember it for every single instrument, or is it like just play around whatever sounds good?
Play around, see what sounds good. So I'll show you a beginner's approach as well, so that
Mm-hmm.
because this is probably something you'll do. So I'll approach it in that sort of a sense. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you might even just start off with some other sound instead of the kick, the lowest sound. You might even start off on this sound. See,
Yeah.
it's fine to start like that. Okay, then just choose another sound. Choose another sound, put it. Sounds good to me so far.
Yeah.
Also sounds okay. Now who's to say this doesn't sound good? Right? It sounds good. So
Yeah.
just have fun over here. That's the whole idea.
Yeah. So
But if
there's no per se like an unwritten kind of idea that these has to be in kind of a rhythmic sense or something. Whatever sounds good.
whatever sounds good, it sounds good. That's pretty much it. With music, that's just how it works.
All right.
Okay. But now see, if you wanted to make a certain style of music, there is a certain way to do it. Now, if I was going to make the hard style, then this is how I would do it. Hard style or techno in general.
Yeah.
If I had to do something like that, then this is the pattern I will follow. Now,
Okay.
even earlier I was showing you, right? Like even for dubstep and drum and bass, there are different patterns. See, for dubstep, your kicks will not be on the 1, 2, 3, 4. You will never find kicks on the 1, 2, 3, 4. It just doesn't sound like dubstep when you do that.
Yeah.
It sounds more like techno when you do that.
Yeah.
So even with a kick, even a slight change like this, that will give you something completely different. See. Okay, let's do something like this. Yeah. Does that sound more dubstep?
A little bit more.
All right. So if I put a clap here now, that sounds more or less now dubstep. Now maybe if I add a kick or something in between, it's going into different places, different
Yeah.
styles of music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now if I change the tempo, it'll become something completely different. And if I change the claps to be there,
Uh,
yeah, I've dropped the tempo to
yeah.
about 90 BPM, and I've changed some of the things over here. That's completely changed the outlook of this beat.
That sounds more like hip hop.
Exactly. So since I know that you guys have a good understanding of different styles of music, so just experiment over here with different tempo ranges and different patterns that you make over here. Okay, these
So
two are
it's not about the instruments; it's about the style we want to play.
yes. It's a
That's the pattern that we'll have to keep in our minds.
yes. It's about the pattern that you play over here that decides the style.
Yeah. So is it like a fixed pattern? If let's say if I pick one of the genres, is it
Mhm.
like a fixed pattern for them, or we can play around there as well?
There also you can play around, but initially I would say just stick to what you're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, say for example, if you heard some hypnotic techno track, in that you will mostly always find kicks are like this only. But in some tracks, you might find the kicks are a little bit like maybe breakbeat, like this. Let's go to a higher tempo. Let's go to around 145. And you can
Yes.
you can still put claps on, like you can experiment. You can put the claps like this, maybe like this. And if you just remember where we put the hi-hats earlier for the hard style kind of groove, we put them here, right?
In between them.
Yeah, exactly. So this is how you combine genres also. Now this
Mm-hmm.
is a combination of some breakbeat, some straight techno hi-hats,
Mm-hmm.
and some claps that are going with the kicks breakbeat. Let's hear what this sounds like now. See, that has a really cool feel now, right? While still sounding like it's electronic music, but it's difficult to put this in a certain style right now.
It has kind of tapped into the drums and bass genre kind of thing.
You could say that. You could say that. Yeah, you could say that. But for drum and bass, you probably would go a little bit faster and remove the claps on these.
A
Something
little,
like that you would do.
a little tap on there, but still not there.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So see, you can also do undos as many times as you want. If you just go to edit, you will find an undo and a redo option over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want you guys to explore these options as well, but I'll just show you one option that's very useful for you now, which is if you just go to view. Okay, if you go to view and click on undo history, you will find every step that you've done, every little step.
Okay.
Okay, I can scroll through this and say I want to go back to the very beginning of the track. Here we are back to where the track began. Like there was no instruments also loaded. You can go as far back as that. And you can just scroll back up and you can come back to this point where we just try to make it a, drum and bass kind of beat. Okay, so another essential thing to know is you might press the play button here, which is the main play button, but sometimes nothing will happen. See, I'm pressing play, nothing is happening right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there's a good reason for why nothing is happening, because none of these clips are playing. So even if this is playing, even if the
Mm.
project is playing, this is the project play button, okay? Which you can
Okay.
even play with spacebar and stop with spacebar. I'm
Okay.
doing that right now. But unless you play the clip, Ableton doesn't know what exactly you want to play.
Oh, okay.
So you have to have one of these clips playing. So you can see now there's two different clips that I've made here, and I'm switching between them, and it's seamlessly switching as well.
Yeah. Same thing that we saw
Yes,
running
yes,
earlier.
exactly
That's
that.
why there was a delay in between when it was starting.
Yes. Even here, there is a delay. It's just the BPM is so high right now that we're
Mm-hmm.
not finding a delay, but you will find a delay over here as well. See. Yeah, delay is there, right?
Make it. Yes.
So there is a good reason why it's switching at a certain point and not instantly. Now, I want you guys to hear another sound, which is called a metronome. Okay, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you've come across this sound, maybe you haven't, but if you hear it, I'm guessing that you would have heard this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, heard this?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So this sound is called the metronome. Okay,
Mm.
Metronomme,
A
metronome.
metronome is that device that is used to hypnotize people.
Yeah, it's got that kind of like pendulum sort of a movement,
Yeah.
and it keeps track of tempo basically. Okay, so if we hear this, and I want you to focus on the metronome and tell me if you hear just one sound or two different types of sounds.
Two.
Two, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's one higher pitch sound, and the rest three are all in a similar
Yeah.
pitch.
At
The
the
hi-
second, the higher one is there.
yes, exactly. So the first sound that you hear is the high pitched one. That'll
Yeah.
always be the first beat of the bar. If we
Mm-hmm.
count with this, we can easily count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So if I play the drums also with the metronome, just count along with it now. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So the change that happens when you go from one
It's
clip to
waiting for
another.
the entire bar to finish and then adding
Yes,
to it.
yes. So in your DJ course, have you guys learned how to drop on the first beat?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So that's exactly what is happening here.
All right.
And I'm sure you guys can see now there's a lot of similarities between DJing and making music also,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Especially this concept of dropping on the one is quite the same in whether it's making music or whether it's DJing.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you all have understood all of this so far, great.
Mm-hmm.
I'll move on to the next bit. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay, cool. So now we will combine this with some other instruments, okay? And I also want to show you another workflow, which is just using audio only. Now, for drums, it's fairly simple to do all of this stuff. But when it comes to instruments, it's not as simple because you will be given an entire keyboard and you'll probably run into some problems over there of not knowing what exactly to do. So what we'll do now is try and find something called a bass loop, okay? So when you do drums, initially when you do drums, the next best thing to do usually is some bass
Mm-hmm.
because they go hand in hand, drums
Yeah.
and bass. So now I'm going to go to the browser and I'm going to show you one new aspect of the browser, which is the search command.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just come here onto the search bar and you can see a shortcut also, it says command plus F. If I press
Mm-hmm.
command plus F, wherever I am, no matter if the browser is closed or not, if I press command F, browser will open up and instantly let you search for any sound. So now I will type bass loop. Or instead of typing bass loop, I want to do something else. I'll type bass. Okay, I'll only type bass, and I'll go to this folder here called clips.
Mm-hmm.
You see this folder here, clips,
Yes.
right? So let's go there. Now these are all preset patterns that Ableton has made for you and saved them inside Ableton for you.
Okay.
Your list might be a little bit different compared to mine because I have some things called packs installed. Packs are like expansion packs. It's like installing apps on your phone that give you more features, right?
Mm.
So I've got some kind of packs installed, which are giving me somewhat more of a choice over here, which you can also do, which I'll show you in a bit. So let's take one of these bass sounds. Let's take that and just drop it here. So similar to the sounds, you can hear a preview of these as well. That's probably not the best bass sound. Let's
Mm-hmm.
pick something else. So another thing I want you to notice now is I'll just play the beat that we made, and then I'll go through some of these bass sounds. See how it's in time automatically?
Yep.
I'm not having to do anything about it. I'm just having to select a sound, and Ableton is doing the rest for us and keep with respect to keeping it in time.
Yeah.
These are all very similar, so I'll just maybe choose something else. Nice. Right? If we like that, the procedure to get that into your project is the same thing. Just drop it in here. That's it. So I've dropped that in there, and now if I play that, now I'm hearing that sound with the beat. But it's a bit too loud, no?
Yeah.
Right? So now these are faders, like just like how you have on the DJ mixer. These
Yeah.
are faders. So you can just grab them and drop them down. So if you drop them all the way down, the sound will just completely stop.
Yeah.
It's playing in the background, but it's just not audible. That's all. So
Yeah.
you can just slowly bring it up like this until you feel like it's right. Somewhere around here is for me right. It sounds good. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Maybe you like that, maybe you don't. So we can mute this or whatever, and try finding another sound. So to mute a sound, you just simply click this number over here. See, if I wanted to mute the drums, I will click the number 1 over here. That will mute the drums. It's playing in the background, but it's not being heard. I can even mute the second one. But let's mute
What are
only.
the other numbers?
Sorry,
There are other numbers as well, right? Two,
these.
5. Yeah. No,
Okay,
no, not
these
that. Under the 1 and 2.
under the 1 and 2. Okay, this one.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's not a number actually. That's S. It's the letter S.
Oh, okay. That's for opening up that menu, right?
No. So what that does is, say for example, I have another bass sound, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and let's play all of them together. Now I only want to hear the third bass sound while keeping these two things playing in the background.
Okay.
So if I click on this does something called solo. S for solo.
Oh, okay.
See, now it's like queuing your track.
Mm-hmm.
See, and now I'm only hearing this third sound. Similarly, if I press S on the second one, I'll only hear that sound. Similarly, if I press S on the drums, I'll only hear the drums. Okay, got it so far?
Got it.
The other button, I'll not explain right now. I'll explain that in tomorrow's class.
Okay.
So for now, if you've understood all of this, then great. If you have any questions, let me know.
No, I think I'm good here.
Okay, awesome.
Anything from
So,
you? Bud?
all right, perfect. So now let's see what it would be like if we play all these three sounds together. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, there's a certain reason actually why these two sounds are working so well with each other.
Okay.
Do you feel like it's forming some sort of a question and answer?
Yeah.
See, this is asking a question, this pound.
Yeah.
Then this responds to that, this answers to that. See, each time this stops, this responds.
Is
So
it
this,
just the case because these two are very well synced together, or is it gonna work for all of the bases that we listen to?
so unfortunately, it'll not just work straight out of the box for any sound. It's
Mm-hmm.
just that these two are made in such a way. You can see that they have similar names also. They're
Ah,
called
okay. Got it.
downer bass 1, downer bass 2.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
But even with this, it's not necessary that all of them will work like this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because if I take these double bass loud 1 and loud 2, they will probably work in very different ways. But here in this case, we have something called as call and response happening between these two sounds. Now
Mm-hmm.
this is the call, and
They are
oops,
so well synced.
yes, exactly. That's exactly why they are so connected with each other, because they are
Mm-hmm.
having a conversation with each other, you can say.
Yeah.
So this is a concept in music called call and response.
Yeah.
Have you come across this term?
Sort of.
Okay.
You remember that movie Koi Mil Gaya where Jadoo responds with something?
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't seen that, but yeah, I think I've
Boom,
heard it
boom,
for some
boom,
friends.
boom.
Oh right. Yeah, I do sort of remember now. So even in the drums, there's a lot of call and response going on actually.
Oh,
So
really?
yes, absolutely. So if I show you, see the kick is actually a call, and the kick and clap both together is a response.
Oh,
Right now, in between two calls and two call and response events, you can add one more event that actually acts like another call. Right
okay.
now, this event, the tom, is acting like a call and a response between the hi-hat and between the kick and claps.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this sounds so complete now with the tom. Got it? This concept?
Got it.
So
A
here the
little.
call and response is happening very quickly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why you're probably not able to see that over
Yeah,
here.
it's a little confusing, like what is a call, what is a response, but yeah,
Yes.
I think we'll get a hang of it.
Yes, absolutely you will. But you don't have to look at it like that in the drums. I just gave you that example But between these two sounds, yes, definitely you can clearly hear a call and response. See, this is asking a question and response. See, that ends. Where that ends, this begins. See, same way again, where that ends, this begins. Yeah. Here it's very obvious the call and response, right? But it might not be so obvious with the drum. So I totally understand. So I'll just do a quick recap of everything we've learned so far. So everything, the first thing that we learned is about the browser, right? So in the browser, there are a few folders that you will find here, like sounds and drums and instruments and clips. We didn't go as far as instruments, but we did go into sounds and drums and clips today. These are the three folders that we've explored here. And we also understood that the top, this bar over here is a search bar. And in case you search for anything, you will have an option to close the search like this. See, again, I'll just search for some drums perhaps, okay? If I search for drums, you will get a close icon over here. If you click that, the search will go away.
Okay.
Okay, that's another one small thing that I forgot to mention earlier, but this is the browser with which you can go through sounds and drag and drop whatever sound you like from there into your project like this. You take anything from here, you drop it into here. Okay, that's how you load it into your project. The browser can be opened or closed by clicking this button. Then next thing we understood was the difference between an audio and a MIDI track earlier. We understood that as well. So let's go to a new project. We had a MIDI and an audio track, right?
Yeah.
And in the audio track, if you remember, I loaded a vocal loop earlier.
I got vision, best from the beginning. They keep
These are some
swinging, but
vocals I already have, so I can just drag and drop that into an audio track. And when I drop any audio into an audio track, it'll already have a preset play button over here.
I got vision, best from the beginning.
If I press that, it'll start playing. And this is also something you must have noticed already. That see,
I got vision, best from
when we were hearing this sound in the browser, it was slower. But when we dropped it back into the project,
I got vision, best from the beginning.
It's got faster. Do you guys feel that?
Yeah.
That's because Ableton is always keeping things in sync. Now, if I this is something I showed you earlier as well, so I'll just quickly recap this.
I got vision, best from the
If I
beginning.
press
They keep swinging, but
okay.
I say winning. I got vision, best from the beginning. They keep swinging, but I say winning.
With a vocal, you can't really very easily tell that it's in sync, but yeah, it's trying to keep things in sync basically at all times.
Whatever is the sync of the MIDI track that we are dropping, it will automatically sync to that.
It'll sync to the project tempo, the tempo which can be set
Overall
from
tempo.
yes, the overall tempo, which can be changed from here. If you just click and drag and move it up, you'll make it faster. You click and drag it down, you will make it slower. You can go as slow as 20 BPM, as fast as 999 BPM. And you can also type in a number there. Say you want to make a project exactly at 160 BPM. You can just click and highlight that first and then just start typing on your keyboard and hit enter. Yeah, so far these are some of the basic things we discussed. And then another thing we discussed was doing drums. So for that, we took a drum kit from here, dragged and dropped it onto a MIDI track. Then I right-clicked on this and said, insert empty MIDI clip. This is something you'll have to do. Otherwise, you won't get this place to put the notes of the drums. Right? So again, let me recap that quickly. If you load a drum kit from here, just right-click over here and say, insert empty MIDI clip.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can just paint in your notes over here.
And can we have multiple MIDI clips playing at the same time?
Not on the same track, but across different channels, yes, you can.
Okay.
Like if I have another MIDI clip here, only that or this will play.
Okay, got it.
Okay, just like how
you were showing how it alternates between that, so I thought like they can alternate.
only if they are in two different tracks. Like say, for example, if this was here, see, then I can play clip number 1 from here and clip number 2 from here. See, now they don't stop each other, right?
So otherwise, as soon as I play the other one, it will stop the other one.
Yeah. Which you can see again clearly. You can see that happening, right? It's stopping the other one and only playing the other one. So this is a rule of Ableton, because it doesn't make sense to play multiple things in the same track, same channel.
Now, let's say, for example, the call response base that we were talking about, they could have been played in the same channel, right? They,
No, unfortunately, those are also not.
technically
Those
don't
wouldn't have been
integrate.
possible to play in the same channel. Technically, yes, you can. Technically, you can.
Yeah.
So experiment all these things. You experiment. You whatever ideas you get, no, like this. That can I play these two things in the same track? Just try it out.
Okay, sure.
That's how I also ended up having doubts as well as understanding certain things. So
Okay, all
the
right.
more you try such things, the more doubts you're going to have. Also, remember that.
Yeah.
These were the two that we got earlier.
Yeah.
This was one, and this was two. And let's see. Let's put your question to the test. I want to see what happens if we play them in the same. See, first of all, it won't play together, right?
Yeah.
But see, the sound's also different. This is a slightly different sound compared to this one, which is a slightly different sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now if I move this over here, I'll get a different sound. See, now I've
So the
interchanged the sounds. I've got,
yeah,
yeah,
composition
right?
of MIDI is different.
This is how it was earlier, right? This is how it was. Yeah, this is exactly how it was earlier. But now I just interchange them, and this is what we got instead. Cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because of the
this is,
composition of the instruments that were there, right? The sounds were different.
yes, yes, exactly. So like I said, even with the MIDI track also, like even with the drum clip, if you
Yeah.
do something and if you change the drum kit, that
Yeah.
still
It,
retains the where you place the notes, but
yeah.
it
Yeah.
changed the instrument, right?
Exactly.
That's exactly what we did here now.
Makes sense.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So I don't really want to cover anything else in today's class. This should be enough for you guys to experiment with and just have some fun with Ableton today.
Okay.
Uh, but you guys have any questions?
Nothing as such.
Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure you'll have more questions once you try out stuff. And
Yeah.
tomorrow, I'm certain you will have some questions.
Yeah. 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 I'd love to experiment with this first.
Okay, awesome, awesome, Shubham.
All right.
So yeah, have fun, Shubham and Pooja. So we will end this class here now,
All right.
and I will see you again tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
All right.
Okay, all right. See you
Bye bye.
guys.
Have a
Bye.
nice. Bye
You
bye.
Have a
too. Have a nice day. Bye.